everyone, I welcome you to this video. And this video we are going to see about error spotting, a topic under verbal ability section. Alright. So today what we will be discussing is about what is error spotting and what are the strategies that we would be using in spotting the errors and what are the important topics that we need to concentrate when we are preparing for this, and also few questions, right? So with that note, let me move into this video. So first thing that we need to focus on is the weightage, right? So for every topic that we have been discussing, we are seeing the weightage of each topic, right? So when it comes to error spotting, you can expect around 5 to 6 questions from this topic, yes? And like sentence correction, like your sentence formation, yes, ordering of sentences, error spotting is also one topic where you might see a lot of grammar involved, yes? Like I always say, in your verbal, various skills are being tested, right? And among that, grammar is very important for few topics under the verbal ability section. In that, error spotting would definitely require a strong foundation and strong concept with grammar. So let us see how and what are the topics that we need to cover, okay? So what are the key preparation ideas? Yes, so it is very important that we prepare really well. Yes, before you could directly go into the questions and start identifying the errors, it is very, very important for us to mold our preparation. The way you prepare towards any topic makes you very strong and makes you very aware of those particular topics, right? So what are the things that you need to keep in mind when you're preparing for this specific topic is what I'm going to jot down. So first thing is strong grammar. Yes, especially like in few other videos also I have shared, you need to be very strong with your parts of speech. Yes, your figures of speech. Yes, sentence types. All right. So these are very important. So I've just taken the broader classification, but when you narrow it down, every part of speech itself has its own rules, right? So we need to know or we need to be aware of it. Only then we will be able to immediately spot out the errors, okay? Next, so attention to spelling and punctuations. So spelling, it involves your vocabulary sense, yes? So you can do a lot of reading, you can try writing, you can do a lot of listening, yes? Through this, you will develop the knowledge of words. And whenever you're listening to the words, you need to give a strong value towards phonetics. For example, the letter A. I'm just giving you an example, okay? So the letter A. So what sound does the letter A have? It has the sound A, okay? For example, you have ant, okay? You have ankle, yes? So these words, whenever you have the letter A, it takes the sound of A, okay? So you have to be very sure of the sounds. These sounds only, which will help you if the spelling is right for any word, okay? So these are also very important. So to give you another word, B. B takes the sound of B. C takes the sound of K. D takes the sound of D. E takes the sound of E, okay? So when we concentrate on phonetics, yes, it will help you identify the right spelling, okay? So you will become more strong in spelling words, yes? So whenever you find that the word is misspelled, you'll be able to identify it very easily. So that is why I tell you to concentrate on your phonetics. And next, punctuation. Punctuations, when it is considered, it involves with a lot of emotion, right? For example, alas, okay? So it gives you a sad mood, right? So hurrah, it gives you a happy mood, okay? For example, what? It's an interrogation, so it's a question, yes? So full stop, whenever a sentence is there, it ends with a full stop, which is a period, yes? So when you give a pause and you continue, there is a comma. So there are many punctuations, yes? So we need to focus on the punctuations and we need to know where which punctuation will be used, okay? So we need to prepare on that. Next, read the complete sentence and identify the error. So without reading the complete sentence, you shouldn't go and identify the error, because sometimes the entire sentence might be right, but logically that word might not fit there. Okay, so we need to be very sure of what is the flow of the entire sentence and what the sentence is actually meaning there. Okay, next, practice with previous year question papers. Like I always suggest, once we are done with the preparation, it is good that we at least prepare the last 5 years question papers. Okay, so that will give you more confidence, that will give you a strength, and there are a lot of chances, right? At least 30 to 40% chances are there for the questions to be repeated in this academic year. All right, now the level here, easy, medium, hard, 3 categories of level are there, where 95% of the test takers will be able to solve or able to answer the easy question papers. Whereas medium, it concentrates on 75% of test takers, and hard, it is only for 25% of the test takers. Okay, so we have to analyze. Yes, you can take several question papers from the previous year and you can see which question paper at what time frame you are able to complete and how many questions are you getting it right, and you can classify it based on the easy, medium, hard, and then categorize. You can judge your level. Okay, after taking the test, you'll be able to understand in which category you are, right? Whether you're in easy or medium or in hard. So if you're able to take easy question papers within a short span of time, then you have to concentrate on attempting more medium level question papers. If you're comfortable in answering all the medium level question papers, then what you need to do is your target will be the hard level question papers. So identify which level you are and then start taking the test according to it. All right. So with that note, let's move on to the next slide. Yes. So there are certain rules to remember. Okay. So like I was telling you, we need to know the parts of speech and few other concepts in grammar as well. Yes. Now in that note, there are few things that I want to make it very clear to you, so that whenever you see few questions on this, you will be able to immediately spot out the error. And these are topics from where you can see most of the questions repeating, right? So first thing, okay, in parts of speech, the first thing that we are saying is your nouns, okay? So what is a noun? Whenever you represent a name, place, animal, thing or emotion is a noun, okay? So in nouns, what are the rules that you need to know is, some nouns will always take a singular verb, okay? So anything that ends with S, we would say it's a plural noun, okay? So some nouns will always take a singular verb. For example, so what is the singular verb here? Here we are taking in consideration the be form of verb, is and are, okay? So what are singular verbs? Let me tell you, okay? See, I, he or she, they, you, we. So what happens here when I'm talking about myself? It is I am. So it is he or she, second person. He or she is. They, third person, are. You, third person, are. We, okay, we are. So what is the singular verb? Singular verb is. And what is the plural verbs? Yes, your plural verb is are. Okay, so now let's see how certain nouns are taking the singular verb even though they are plural, right? So that is the condition here. The furniture are very strong, okay? So furniture are very strong is not the right answer. Sometimes you say for one chair we say chair, for two we say chairs, right? But when you are addressing it as a collective noun, furniture, it is just furniture. There is no furnitures, okay? So even though furniture is a plural noun, you can see that it takes a singular verb which is. The furniture is very strong is your right answer. Next, what is your next condition? Some nouns always take a plural verb. So what is a plural verb? Are. Yes? So in present we say are, in past we say were, okay? So this I had given you in present. So let me tell you in past also. So in past it was I was, he or she was, okay, they were, we were, you were, okay. So these are the be form of verbs, okay. So this is how the formation should be in your past tense, okay. So now we have taken for example the, what have we taken for example? We have taken the example as is and are, the present. Most of your sentences are in the present tense. So certain nouns always take a plural verb. So what is a plural verb? Are is your plural verb. So cattle, police, scissors, trousers, pants, goods, spectacles, company, shorts. So these words, what happens is they do not take a singular verb. Okay, so they take a plural verb. Where are my trousers? Where are my pants? Okay, where are my spectacles? Yes, so this is how you take it into consideration. Next, in the same nouns, nouns that indicate length, measure, money, weight or number. Okay, so when they are preceded by a numeral, they remain unchanged in form. Okay, so what are they telling? See, for example, year. Okay, so what is year? It indicates a number. Yes, foot, it indicates length. Meter, it indicates length or measure. So 100 is a number, 1000 is a number. So when it is preceded by a numeral, so year, you can see that year, it is preceded by a numeral 100. So what happens? It remains unchanged in form. So this is 100 years is not right. Okay, so this year should remain unchanged in form, which means it should remain as year only. So this is 100-year-old architecture is your right answer. Okay, this is 10 foot long. Okay, so you will not say that this is 10 feet long. You will not tell it as 10 feet long. It's wrong. So you will say it as this is 10 foot long. Okay. So this is how these words will remain unchanged when it is preceded. Preceded means before. Okay. Preceded by a numeral, right? Now, let's move on to the next one. Nouns that take different meaning when in singular and plural. So in singular it has a meaning and in plural it has a different meaning. See, I was given a quarter share in my ancestral property. So you were given a share and that share is measured as a quarter, a number. Next, we live in the police quarters. Yes, we live in the police quarters, which is your place of stay. So you can see that both the word has different meanings in both the sentences, right? Now, so the next part of speech that we are going to see is pronoun, okay? So what is a pronoun, okay? A pronoun is something that can replace a noun. Yes, for example, you say, Ramu likes reading. Ramu likes playing. So instead of repeating the noun Ramu in each and every sentence, what we do is Ramu likes reading. He likes playing. So he becomes a pronoun. Okay. So anything that is able to replace your noun. Okay. That is called as a pronoun. Okay. So and if you see, your pronoun is again classified as personal pronoun, possessive pronoun, reflexive pronoun. Okay, it is classified into three types, which is your personal pronoun, possessive pronoun and reflexive pronoun. These are the most important words when you take, for instance, your personal pronoun. Okay, so your personal pronoun, I, okay, we. It is your first person. He, she or they. It is your third person. You is used as second person in both singular and plural, right? So I, he, she, they, we, you are all called as a personal pronoun because it is used to indicate a person, right? So whenever I'm talking about me, I'm telling I. So when I'm talking about someone, he or she, it depends on the gender, right? And when it's a collective crowd, we say they. And when I'm talking about me along with others, we say we. Yes, so that is why I or we is first person, he, you is your second person, both in singular and plural. He or she is second person. Yes, so he or she is second person. He or she is second person singular and they is second person plural. I is first person singular, we is first person plural. You is used in both singular and plural for both the cases, right? So these are your personal pronouns, okay? So next is your reflexive pronoun, okay? So my, him, or her, and then it. So these are your reflexive pronouns which reflects upon yourself. So same pronoun, okay, what happens when you're adding the word self? When you're adding the word self, it becomes myself, okay, him or her, it or are also, okay. So myself, himself, or herself, yes. This becomes itself or ourself, yes. So same in plural, it becomes myselves, okay, you will be adding VES, okay. So myselves, himselves, herselves, itselves, ourselves, okay. So these are all plural, and when this is called as a reflexive pronoun, this myself, herself, himself, himselves, all these are called as your emphatic pronoun, okay. See, I'm going to give you an example. I am talking about myself, yes. So what's happening? You're emphasizing more about you. So that is when you use both your reflexive and emphatic pronouns. The next is your interrogative pronouns. So what are they? Who, whom, whose, what, and which. Okay. So these are your interrogative pronouns. For example, who is this girl? Okay, so whom are you? Whom are you talking about? About, okay. Whose book is this? What are you doing? Okay. Which drink do you prefer? Do you prefer? Okay. So these are called as your interrogative pronouns. Okay. And last we could see is about the distributive pronoun. So what is a distributive pronoun? See, each, either, neither, everyone, everybody, someone, somebody, etc. So these are called as your distributive pronouns. Okay, so there are different types of pronouns. So every pronoun will have its own rule that it will follow a verb, whether it is a singular or plural. Okay, so for example, if we have the word each, okay, so each one of you must come here. Yes, so each will carry a singular verb. Okay, so each of the book is a must read. Okay, so this is how you have to check if the pronoun and the singular or plural is agreeing. Okay, so now let's see the different examples here. So the first one, you and I. It's not I and you. Whenever you're talking, you have to address it from the order. First, it should be your third person, then second person, and then the first person. You must never say, I and my friend are going to the cinema. You should say, my friend and I are going to the cinema. Or you might say, my friends, my family and I are going to the cinema. Okay, so there is an order which follows third person, second person and the first person. So it's you and he, not he and you. Now, if collective noun conveys the idea of separate individuals comprising the whole, the pronoun will be of plural number. Okay, so the collective noun. So what is the collective noun here? The jury. So jury is the collective noun. So the jury conveys the idea of separate individuals. Okay, so if it is conveying the idea of separate individuals, then the pronoun will be plural. So the jury were divided in their opinion. So this is conveying a collective meaning. Hence, it will become their. T-H-E-I-R. Okay. So now let's see what happens when this word and comes. Okay. So whenever the word and comes, you can see the secretary and treasurer. So both of them are in singular. Yes. So it becomes a singular verb. Okay. For example, I'll give you another sentence. So here you can see Ramu and his sisters. You cannot say is. Okay. It will become are because this one of the noun is a plural noun. So it becomes Ramu and his sisters are. Okay. Next, Ram and Hari work hard. They are praised by their teacher. So you can see that T-H-E-I-R is there and hence you can see that A-R-E plural verb is given there, right? Next, what happens when or, nor, either or, neither, nor is used? So Ram or Hari must lend his hand. Why? It is or and before the or also it's a singular noun and after or also it's a singular noun. Hence it is his, which is a singular verb. Either the manager or his assistants failed in their duty. Okay. So or his assistants, what is it? It is a plural noun. So hence it becomes T-H-E-I-R. Yes. So in case if it was either the manager or his assistant, it would have become either the manager or his assistant failed in his duty. Alright. Or if it is a gender difference, if it was a female, it would have become either the manager or her assistant failed in her duty. Right. So this is how we need to understand. Next, the pronoun one must be followed by ones. One must finish one's task in time. Okay. Next, who denotes the subject and whom is used for the object? Who do you think won the award? So, who is denoting the subject, right? It's about the award. So, whom are you talking to? It's about the person. Person is hidden there, right? Next, few and a few. A few men are free from fault. Few men are free from fault. So, this is one example as in few and a few differs, right? So, next is our adjective. So, what is an adjective? It is used to qualify a noun, right? So, here what we are going to see is comparative adjectives are used to compare differences between the two, okay? Between two things it is used to compare. So, some of the adjectives such as superior, inferior, prior are always followed by to. See, let's look at this example. He is superior to me in position. So, it is comparing, right? So, he is superior than me in position. No. So, whenever it is about the superior, inferior and prior, you always take the word to, okay? For example, I prefer coffee to tea. It is not I prefer coffee than tea, okay? So, when you're comparing the differences between the two with respect to superior, inferior and prior, you need to see that it is followed by to, okay? Next. So, do not use adjectives in place of adverbs. Say, for example, she drove quicker than everybody else. No, she drove quickly than everybody else, okay? Next, the topic that we are seeing is adverbs. So, some of the adverbs having the same meanings can create a lot of confusion. How? See, people want to spend fewer time in traffic. People want to spend less time in traffic. So, you see that less is used to describe quantity, whereas fewer is used to denote numbers. So here what are we talking about? We are talking about the quantity, the time phase, yes. So that is why the word less is your right answer. So next what we are going to see is about the preposition. So what is a preposition? It creates a relation. That word creates a relation. So in this, what is that we need to know is different prepositions. See, for example, we have words like since, for, okay. So whenever you talk about since will indicate a point of time. But whereas for will indicate the duration or the length of time. See, I have been reading this book since 3 hours. No, I have been reading this book for 3 hours. Then if you have to use the word since, how will that sentence be? I have been reading this book since 8 a.m., 11 a.m., 12 a.m. You have to tell the specific point of time. Alright, so this is the difference between the since and for. So we need to know which word should be used when for us to identify the exact errors. Alright, so now in this video, what did we do? We discussed the 5 important parts of speech, right? To know about all the other parts of speeches, you can refer our ordering of sentences video. Yes, so that would help you to get a depth about all the parts of speech. Yes, but here we have discussed the most important parts of speech where most of your questions come in the topic error spotting, right? With that, I'm going to conclude this video and let us continue with the subject-verb agreement in the next video. All right. Thank you so much.